If you are experiencing foundation issues, get a free estimate from Ox Foundations.
30 degrees at 26 minutes after the hour, and we're joined this morning by recently retired pharmacist Ray McDiarmid. Ray, good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, Jimmy Dale.
Ray's been a long-time friend, and I appreciate his friendship, and I've been wanting to sit down with him and just talk a little bit. And how many years as a pharmacist, Ray?
60 years.
Yeah.
60.
Yeah. Now, that building, how long were you in that building there?
We went down there in 1945.
Right. Now, your family, your daddy was a pharmacist too?
Yeah, my daddy was a pharmacist. My granddaddy was a doctor. Call Lumber Company in Holland.
Oh, wow. That goes back a few years, don't it?
Years ago.
Yeah. When did you decide, do you remember when you decided, hey, I want to be a pharmacist?
Well, in high school, you know, I thought about it early, and I planned it, you know, to be a pharmacist.
Ain't no telling how many prescriptions you filled.
No telling, I don't know. A lot of them.
Yeah, met a lot of great people along the way.
Yeah, it's been wonderful.
Yeah. You remember when you got involved with Little League Baseball back in the day?
Oh, yeah, almost when it started, 1953, I think.
Yeah. Now, there have been some great players go through there too, right?
Oh, man, yeah. Some great ones.
Is it true that Wayne Ham hit that train with that baseball?
Well, that's a legend. I saw him hit some long home runs.
Yeah. But, you're talking about some great baseball over there?
Oh, yeah,
Ooh,
man.
Goodness.
Yeah, we won the state championship a couple of years over there.
Those of you who don't know, Ray is really involved in his church, First Presbyterian Church here in Sylacauga, and that's very important to you, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. I grew up in the church.
Mm-hmm. And Miss Doris Thrash, she watches this show,
oh,
and
yeah,
I know you want to say hello to
her. Fine lady, Miss Doris.
No doubt about it. How, in your time as a pharmacist, what are some of the changes that you saw down through the years?
Well, you know, years ago we had to mix up a lot of medicine, you know, what we call compounding, you know, and different things. But as years went on, it changed, you know, and you know, something popular. 1 year, 2 years later, the doctors don't write it anymore. You know, they change, you know.
What about some of the doctors that you fill prescriptions from down through the years?
Oh, yeah, a lot of doctors, yeah. The doctors at Cradle Clinic, Dr. Kemp.
Wow. Ray McDiarmid, our guest this morning here on Daybreak Live, recently retired and had a bout with COVID. And how's your recovery coming?
Well, it was rough, Jimmy Dale.
Tell us about it.
Well, the day, on the 30th of November, you know, I had to go to the emergency room, you know, and they were going to put me in the hospital, but they didn't have a bed. So they sent me home. The next Sunday, I had to go back to the emergency room. I wasn't doing any good, you know. And then again, they changed my medicine, you know. And I had a little pneumonia, too, and they got that straightened out.
But you never went in the hospital, right?
No, they didn't have a bed.
Yeah, wow. So you dealt with that for several weeks.
Oh, yeah, 3 weeks. I was down 3 weeks, Jimmy Dale, in the bed, But I got better, you know. I took my medicine and...
Did you ever think at any point, Ray, wow, is this it? Is this my time to go?
Well, you think about that, Jimmy Dale, sometimes. Yeah.
So you're doing much better now?
Oh, yeah, coming along, yeah.
Now, COVID-19 is something that none of us had ever experienced, but in your time as a pharmacist, you've seen a lot of disease down through the years.
Oh, yeah, a lot of different things came along, but nothing like this.
I had a pharmacist tell me the other day, I asked him how many flu prescriptions he'd filled this season. Yeah. He said none.
None, yeah.
It's all COVID.
COVID knocking it out.
But at Dixie Drug, remember Russ Stanton's birthday was yesterday, I think it was. And I remember Russ and we played ball together and stuff, and sandlot ball and stuff, and we'd all come to Dixie Drug. And if I'm thinking right, I'd get a milkshake. Did I get a milkshake down there?
Yeah, we had milkshakes, yeah. Sold a lot of milkshakes.
Who's some of the people that's come through there from the drugstore in high school down through the years?
Oh, I don't know, man. A lot of them, Jimmy Dale.
A bunch of them?
Yeah, a bunch of them.
So talk about the sandwich bar you had there at that time.
Oh, yeah, years ago, they'd let the high school kids come over there for lunch, and we'd stack up those hot dogs, hamburgers, and just dish them out.
Who cooked them at that time?
Oh, yeah, we had,
Did you cook them?
Yeah, I could. No, I was in school.
Okay.
I was one of them.
Okay.
But yeah, we do it. But we got doing more business in the lunchroom, and and the lunchroom wasn't paying off, so they actually restricted all the kids over there
Oh,
to
wow.
the lunchroom. See?
Quit coming to your place, right?
Oh yeah.
So you had, did you do eggs and stuff too?
Oh yeah. My mother could do that. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Talk about your mom a little bit.
Well, okay. My mother was Ruby McDiarmid, She was one of 10 children of Horace and Viola Newman. And she was raised down on the old Goodwater Highway, which you now call the Rock House Road, And, her brothers, Claude Newman.
Wow.
Yeah. Mavis Neighbors, sister, Kermit Newman.
What a family.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, James Newman, Clarence Newman,
So that gets me to, you mentioned that one of your mother's sisters was a neighbor's?
Yeah, that was a Jim's mother,
Okay. So that's, when did you get connected with Jim?
Well, we all grew up, we were cousins, We never dreamed he would become a star like he did. He was just another cousin.
Yeah. Did you ever go out to his house in California?
Oh, yeah. Not California, Hawaii.
That's the other side of the world.
Oh,
ain't it?
yeah. We took a trip out there in Hawaii, man. That was something,
What did he do out there?
We used to go to a lot of his, show performances around the country.
He had what did he raise out there?
Macadamia nuts.
Yeah.
Macadamia nuts.
Wow. I know you miss him.
Oh, yeah, Jim. Quite a guy.
You got a lot of pictures in the store.
Oh, yeah.
Even now.
Oh,
Who are some of those?
Oh, yeah. Most, anybody and everybody, I got a picture of him, Jimmy Dale.
You remember that picture, that military picture you got in there? What about that?
Yeah, that was my daddy when he was in the 1st Alabama Cavalry, 1917.
Oh, my goodness.
Camp Wilson, Texas, I believe it was. And I believe that's out from San Antonio, Texas, or somewhere. And he was in the cavalry there. And that's strange to see all those horses.
Yeah, that's back in the day, wasn't it?
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
And after he got out of that, he came back and went to pharmacy school in Macon, Georgia. He came back and worked for Mr. Tom Hagen, Mr. Tom Hagen Drug,
Was it in that building?
No, out here in town.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Downtown, Hagen Drug,
Yeah.
You remember Hagen Drug.
It's still got that marble thing there.
Well, it first started out down there where the paint store is.
Okay.
And later on it moved up there where the marble.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Mr. Tom said, honest, ugly but honest, wasn't that his slogan?
Ray McDiarmid, our guest. So when did your dad die?
1969.
Okay. Now, you were a pharmacist then.
I was a pharmacist at the time, yeah.
And so you was the store where it is now? Or?
Oh, yeah, yes, where it is now. See, we were uptown 15 years.
Okay.
Went in business 1930.
Where was it at in town?
Where City Hall is now.
Really?
Watson's, you remember Watson's department store was on one side, Michael's Supply was on the other side. Across the street was the Red's Theater, and let's see, Marble City Dry Goods.
You didn't have far to go to the show, did you?
No, man, I stayed in that show most of the time, especially on Saturdays at the Cowboy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Hey, So you went down to the Dixie Drug there by the high school. When?
1945.
Okay. And recently closed and retiring.
Yeah.
Was the retirement somewhat premature, maybe because of some of the COVID, or just time?
I had quite thought about it, and when that COVID hit me, I said, oh my goodness.
Now, a lot of people ask me, well, who's that lady in that store? Jerry.
That's Jerry. She'd been there a number of years. She was there.
Yeah.
She used to work at Yonder's Blossom,
Oh, yeah.
You remember there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she's been with you a long time at that store.
Oh, yeah.
And
that Yonder's Blossom, that was quite a store.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That was a unique store, wasn't
You ever eat a Stewart sandwich from up there?
What?
A Stewart sandwich from Yonder's Blossom.
I never did, but I heard they had a lot of good sandwiches up there on the weekend.
You put them in that toaster with that plastic wrap on it?
Yeah.
Ain't no telling what all's in them sandwiches in, man.
Yeah.
But Yonder's Blossoms you mentioned a great story.
Oh, yeah, that was a unique story, Mr. Coleman Thomas, I think, started that on Industrial Avenue. And, when the plaza came in there, he moved on down there, I think 4th Street and Industrial Avenue, I think.
He had a bait shop in there,
Oh,
didn't he?
yeah, I sold all kind of bait and most anything you wanted. The thing about it, they were open at first 24 hours a day, all year.
That's where I'd get them Stewart sandwiches at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Ray McDiarmid just recently retired pharmacist here in Sylacauga at Dixie Drug Company. And one of the reasons why I wanted to have Ray on, because he's such a historian. He remembers so much and has been a part of so much in Sylacauga. What about L.R. Ross?
Oh, let's talk about L.R. What a promoter, man. He's the one that got me interested in gospel music. Yeah, man, he used to bring in all the big name gospel people,
A lot of them to the football field down there.
Oh, yeah, I went out there one time, they had 3,000 people out there, 3,000 people. He was quite a promoter, man. Yeah, L.R. Oh, yeah.
You still go to some singings, don't you?
Oh, yeah, I go with Rooster guys, Rooster and Buddy Simpkins. Sometimes Earl will go with us.
Do you get Earl to go with y'all?
Yeah, and Earl will go with us.
Who's some of your favorite groups?
Oh, let's see. I like the Isaacs. I like the Hoppers. And the Cathedral, man, that was they were good. Let's see. Jeff and Sherry Easter, I like them, And let's see.
You like the Kingsmen?
Oh, Kingsmen, yeah. I like that bass.
Ray Dean Reese.
Ray Dean. Yeah.
So, getting back to baseball.
Yeah.
And, everything's changed so much as far as the more, it's more now glitz and glitter, and but nothing like Little League Baseball, is there?
What?
Nothing like Little League Baseball.
No, nothing. No. Things have changed. Yeah. Things have changed.
Did you ever play baseball?
We had a little team, before Little League, we had a school team and everything. I played a little baseball, but
Now, Ray is really supportive of our local schools. He loves our kids in school, and you've seen some great athletes come through these schools, haven't you?
Oh, my goodness. Yeah. Well, let's see. Let's talk about Carl Mims, Coleman.
Yeah.
You remember Carl?
I remember the name.
Time, wasn't it?
I remember the name.
Carl Mims, yeah. 1 year, I think he led the nation in points scored, playing for B.B. Coleman.
Wow.
Led the nation. I think that was 1939.
Goodness.
1939. And over at Sylacauga, we had some great players, too. In 1939, I think a lot of people say that was the greatest game ever played on the field down there, Sylacauga and Comer. and both teams came into the game undefeated.
I bet there's a big crowd for that one too.
Oh yeah, you couldn't hardly get in. Of course, I didn't go. I was a little too, I guess I was what, 2 years old then.
So 39, both B.B. Comer and Sylacauga undefeated.
Was undefeated. And let's see, Sylacauga had Charlie Compton. You remember Charlie? Charlie Compton played for the University of Alabama.
Okay.
He was a 190-pound tackle. That's small compared to the 340-pound tackles today. But there's a great story there in Charlie Compton. He went over to university, you know. Then it was, I think that was 1940, around the early 40s. And, you know, the war started out, and he had to go to the war. And he went in to the war, and he was decorated. He saved some of his fellow soldiers, and he won several medals, you know, for bravery and everything.
What about Rooster Grice?
Rooster Grice was a halfback, man. He was a gritty little halfback. He was a good clutch player too. We had some great players on that team. Jerry Leslie.
I've heard that name.
Ralph Mosley, Johnny Gann, Wendell Crossell, J.L. Tyree.
You know,
Casey Rumsey.
Wow.
That was a great team. We won them all.
Wow.
10-0. That was 1954.
So it was a state championship season?
Yeah. Okay. Well, the Birmingham News awarded us a state championship. But
what about old B.B. Comer?
Oh, over at B.B. Comer, let's talk about, what was the 78 that won the basketball?
67.
No,
67.
67. Yeah,
that was a great
big team.
Yeah. I was good in my own mind.
I still got the article where you played for 7-Up.
Yeah, I was good then.
Yeah, man, you was the second leading scorer.
Look at this.
In the league.
Look at this.
Second leading scorer in the league.
Yeah, I was
right behind Booney Christmas.
He always got the spotlight.
Oh,
you know?
yeah, Booney. You know, he went on and played for Auburn.
He did.
Yeah, in Stanford University.
Yeah. And I went.
And you were right behind him.
I went on to work for Farm Best. Speaking of Farm Best.
Yeah.
Before Farm Best, it was what?
Watermeyer started off. Watermeyer, yeah. Mr. E.L. Watermeyer, you know.
Did they live on Norton? Was it on Norton?
Yeah, I think the Watermeyer home was on Norton.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And
I go by it every day.
Yeah. Watermeyer, Foremost, Farm Best, Flavor Rich.
Yeah.
Bluebell now.
Bluebell.
It's employed so many people, hasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
What about Avondale Mills?
Oh, man. Avondale Mills made Sylacauga, you know. They came in here and put Sylacauga on the map, more to say.
You remember when it closed?
Oh, that was a sad day yeah.
You had a lot of customers.
Oh,
that were related
worked at Avondale Mill. Yeah, Sylacauga Avondale Mill meant a lot to Sylacauga. Yeah, everybody.
Remember when it burned?
What?
Remember when it burned?
Oh, yeah, I was looking right out at it.
And B.B. Comer when it burned?
Yeah, the recreation building.
I forgot about that.
I was looking right out when that smoke
now
went up to see
it. Drug right across from J. Craig Smith Community Center, and you know, you're bringing that up about the old rec center.
Oh, yeah.
And you see a lot of ball games out there on that concrete floor?
I played in them. That's where I played.
Oh, there's some good games.
Yeah, get out there to Jimmy Dale and get on a good team and play winter. You can play all day.
Yeah. And they come from everywhere to play.
Oh, yeah, man. They come in here everywhere, you know.
And
had some good, great games.
Had those chain link
nets.
them
old, yeah. Yeah.
One of the best pure shooters I've ever seen. Played.
Oh, Nate Brown.
Nathan Brown.
Brown, yeah.
That guy
Yeah, I
could
just
shoot.
see him shoot, yeah.
And
He never did play a high school ball, but he was a star out there on the concrete, wasn't he?
They used to have some great events, and they do it now at J. Craig, but at the old recreation center, everything evolved around that.
Oh, yeah. Years ago, you know, Bill Irv had a good boxing team. Oh, yeah, we had some.
Now, you kind of like boxing,
Oh,
though.
yeah. Back in them days, there wasn't too many things to go to. But
Where did they have the boxing matches at?
well, they had them all over town. They'd have them, one time they'd have them in the rec there, and then they'd have them down at Comer Field, and they brought the Indians in, Oklahoma Indians. You remember that?
Mm-mm.
That's for your time?
No, I guess. I don't remember it one.
Well, we fought the Oklahoma Indians out at Legion Stadium, and man, that was a big crowd there.
Boxing match?
Yeah, Oklahoma Indians, yeah. And I see 49 and 50, I think.
Oh, when you born in? I gotta remember that. Come on, Ray. You're marking me as older than I am. Ray McDiarmid, our guest this morning here on Daybreak, recently retired from Dixie Drug Company, where he'd been a licensed state pharmacist for, many years. And do you keep your pharmacy license up?
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
I'm still a pharmacist.
Yeah, okay. All right. Won't ever get away from that, I don't guess we.
I said, well, I'm going to retire, but I'm going to keep my license.
I mean, you're looking good. I mean, and to be 30 years old, I mean. Hey, what about the Old Hickory restaurant?
Oh, yeah, Old Hickory. Let's see, where friends meet by
Choice?
and not by chance.
That's right. What
Yeah,
that
Lars
art?
was saying.
They used to say under the sign of the galloping pig.
Oh, yeah, that old pig would run out
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
That used to be the route
Oh, yeah.
to Florida,
that's
right?
Florida Short, right?
Yeah.
You know, we had the white midgets there, you know.
Where was it at?
It was across the street from the Old Hickory. When my mom and daddy first brought it in here, you know.
Wow.
And we placed it there, you know, for a couple of years. It did well, you know, but we had the drugstore going, you know, and more than we could look at.
So your mom and daddy had the white midget?
Yeah, we
know that.
started the white midget.
Huh.
Yeah. And we, they were partners in one in North Augusta, South Carolina, too, yeah. So, you know, it
Was that a hangout, the white midget?
And my mother traded it to Claude Newman, you know.
Was the white midget a hangout or something, or what?
Well, it wasn't so much there. It was more, like you say, tourists. A lot of tourists came in there and did well, but when they moved it out, Claude moved it out on old Birmingham Highway, you know, it was kind of a teenage hangout, you know.
So was it hamburgers and stuff there at White Midget?
At the, which one?
At one downtown.
Oh yeah, short orders, you know,
Yeah.
breakfast, short orders.
Yeah.
You've seen a picture of it, haven't you?
What breakfast cost what breakfast cost back then?
99 cents.
You can't get a biscuit for 99 cents now.
Yeah.
You know, we had back in the day. There's a lot of businesses that still families here in Sylacauga today. That's downtown.
Oh yeah.
Talk about some of those businesses that were
the
downtown.
Goldberg Brothers. Yeah. That was Marble City Dry Goods. Yeah.
Where was it at?
It was over where the library is today.
Okay.
And, you know, Ritz Theater was on the end. Then you had Marble City Dry Goods. Then you had the City National Bank. And across the street was the First National Bank. Across from there was, I like to say, Watson's and Dixie Drug and Michael Supply. And around the corner there, you had 4-1 Taxi.
What was it?
4-1 Taxi.
Who had that?
Mr. Jones, 4-1 Taxi.
Okay.
And Florida Neighbors had a Yellow Cab. That's some of the old stuff.
Yeah. Now, further south, you know, they had the bus station down there.
The bus station started on 4th Street.
Really?
Yeah, that's where the first Trailway bus station was.
Where at on 4th Street?
Where the thrift store is now.
I'll be dog.
That was Trailway bus. And across the street, we had the city bus line. You remember city bus? Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we had a route going up around Sycamore and one down around the Quarry. And you know, a lot of people, back in those days, you know, a lot of people didn't have cars. And during the war, you know, things were rationed, you know. You had to get on a list to buy a car, new car, you know.
I remember when the bus station was up there by the coffee pot.
Oh yeah, that moved from there. It moved from there up to the next to coffee pot, and on the other side was the night hotel. You remember that night hotel? We had a night hotel.
I mean, right up here.
Yeah, right up there. We had the movie theater, and we had the coffee pot restaurant, and on the other side was the night hotel. And also downtown we had the Rex Hotel.
Where was it?
It's where they remodeling that building, you know.
Okay.
You know, I forget.
Is it on Broadway?
Yeah, it was on Broadway.
Okay.
Yeah, on Broadway.
Okay. All right.
I think I don't know what's in there now, but you know
that jumping over to Norton.
Yeah.
That big house is still there, and it was what was it? Right across from the tennis courts.
Oaklawn Inn.
Yeah.
That Mr. Griffin, Mr. and Ms. Griffin ran that. You know, he was the manager of Sokol's. You know, Mr. Griffin.
I remember Sokol's being on the corner there one day.
Yeah, and you know, their daughter Ann, you know, Ann Newman married Claude. You know.
So the Oaklawn Inn.
Okay,
all right. What was that? One night?
No, you could have board there. You could board there, get your meals there. And,
really?
Yeah, a lot of people had, you know, live there. Yeah.
You ever eat there?
Never did. No.
Okay.
They said they really had some good meals there.
Yeah. Wow. Ray McDiarmid, I tell you, we could talk forever. This guy knows so much about the history. Now, you did some stuff for the library.
Oh yeah, I wish you'd run that program.
Tell me about that.
What? Well, they came down there and wanted me to, you know, they came down to the store and filmed it, you know. And I said I'd be glad to do it, and we did six segments, you know. Tracy Thomas, yeah, she came down there and did a good job, you know.
So, you remember the first one you did?
The first one was people that meant a lot to Sylacauga. Then we did one on places in Sylacauga.
All right, talk about some of the people.
Well, the Comers, they were, the Comers. And we
I've heard a lot of good stories about the Comer.
Yeah, the Comer did
family.
a world for Sylacauga, you know. It meant a lot to the merchants, you know, help business, you know. The mill paid off on every 2 weeks, you know, and man, you had to gear up when they got a payday, you know. And then the Comers did so much, they, you know, had a hospital for their employees, Drummond Fraser.
That's where I was born.
Yeah, you were born in the Drummond Fraser Hospital.
Yeah.
They had their own swimming pool down there, Lake Louise.
Yeah, I used to walk over there.
And they had a place down in Florida. They'd send the employees during
I
the
never went to Camp Helen for whatever reason. I never went.
Used to look forward to going to Camp Helen, you know. And, you mentioned other people. Miss Beth Yates, she meant a lot to Sylacauga. Yeah.
Her husband, Melvin
Yates.
He was my teacher in school.
He was, yeah.
Like a history teacher, I think.
Yeah.
He was the first one, Ray, that ever had one of them portable microphones. He loved that thing.
He like that?
Yeah. I couldn't sleep in his class. He talks so loud with that microphone.
Oh, yeah.
But well, what's next for Ray McDiarmid?
Well, just, I mean, enjoying retirement, you know, just kind of taking one day at a time, you know.
Yeah. You still go down to the store a little bit,
Oh,
don't you?
yeah, I was down there yesterday morning, you know.
All right, now, up above the store,
Yeah.
now, Whitey lives up there.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Mhm.
But how long has those apartments been up there?
Well, they were there when my daddy bought the store, you know. And at one time, it was called Gaze Inn.
Really?
Yeah, Gaze Inn, and they had down below there was kind of a drive-in service station. And let's see, they had apartments upstairs, and let's see, and one time it was had a restaurant in there called Piping Hot.
Upstairs?
No, downstairs.
Okay.
Piping Hot, you know.
Okay. Yeah.
And my daddy bought the building, you know, remodeled it and everything, you know.
Before the Walmarts of the world came in, Dixie Drug was the place to buy Christmas gifts.
Oh yeah, sure, man. Yeah, we had a good selection of gifts, and
It wasn't just in one little corner either, was it?
no, man, we had gifts, toys. We specialized in toys, you know, man. We had more toys than anybody in town.
Bicycles and stuff?
What?
Bicycles and stuff too?
Yeah, bicycles, wagons. Most any kind of toy you wanted, you know. Electric trains, you know. Yeah.
Now that building that's connected, well, actually it's beside the boxing place there.
Yeah.
Didn't you have toys in there at one time?
One year, yeah. Yeah, my daddy rented out that building where the boxing is to Alden Rogers, and he'd put in a washateer, you know. And we had to have a place for our toys. And the Coca-Cola had moved out on the 21 there and changed locations, you know, and it was empty. And my daddy rented that, and we filled that thing up with toys. And I think that was 1964, I think.
I know that thrills so many kids.
Oh, my goodness, yeah. I still have people said, my mama bought my doll.
Wow.
At Dixie Drug. And I said, yeah, we had plenty of dolls back in them days.
Now, you actually had the toys on the west side. Let's see, would it be west? No, east. You know.
Yeah, back behind. Yeah. My daddy built that on, you know.
Yeah. And a lot of toys for a lot of kids down through the years.
Yeah.
Some of you may not know, but at Dixie Drug, some of the lotions and hair stuff that I grew up with, even in recent years, he's had some of that stuff in that store.
Yeah, Brill cream.
Yeah, little dab of do you.
Little dab of do you there.
And
Vaseline, Jerry's hair tonic. Yeah, we had all kind of stuff back in them days.
Used to have that butch wax, you know?
Oh, yeah, wax and whatever, yeah.
Oh, Ray McDiarmid, our guest this morning. What a thrill it has been to have him with us. And, you know, time flies and we could talk about it forever. But, Ray, what makes Sylacauga so special?
I think it's the people, you know. Yeah, we have good people here in Sylacauga, of course. I would think so, you know.
Yeah. How would Ray McDiarmid want to be remembered?
Well, well, it's somebody that, you know, tried to do the right thing, treat people right, and that'd be the...
You know, there's a lot to be said about that.
Oh, yeah, you got to treat people right.
Yeah. Now, Ray, longtime pharmacist in Sylacauga, recently retiring, And I'm sure that there's been a lot of people to contact you since your retirement, wishing you well. Right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. People from a way off, you know. People I haven't seen in 50 years. Some of them, you know.
Yeah. Before we go this morning, I want you to tell me about, now, Robert, he's a big train guy.
Oh, yeah. I talked to him about his train. Yeah. I like trains, too.
Do you?
Yeah.
Well, talk to me and our audience a little bit about when we had the train depot here in Silicon.
Oh, yeah. We had Central of Georgia, and let's see, we had two train lines coming in here.
One of them was L&N at one time.
L&N and Central of Georgia. Okay. And we had a nice train station between the tracks there, you know. And you could catch a train early in the morning and go to Birmingham, you know. And
passenger trains?
Yeah, passenger train back in them days. And, you know, do whatever you had to do and catch a trip, be back in Silicon.
Did you ever ride a train?
What? Yeah, I rode to Birmingham. Me and my family went to Daytona Beach, Florida one year on the city of Miami.
Really?
Did you ever ride a train?
No.
You never been on a train?
I've been to one at the park down there. Remember that one down there?
Yeah, I remember that one too.
So what was so special about going on train rides?
Oh yeah, man, it was thrill. I was just a young kid, you know, but man, I enjoyed that.
Take you a long time to get to where you're going?
Well, you was enjoying it, so you didn't pay much attention to the time, you know. Yeah.
What's the major differences that you see now? You're 84 years old. And happy birthday.
Thank you.
Just had a birthday a few days ago, 84 years old. Then maybe differences that are not so good from yesteryear.
Well, the main thing is the drug problem. That's not good. You know, back in those days, white lightning. Yeah.
I've heard stories from back a long time ago about cough medicine.
Oh, yeah.
And how, you know, you say years and years ago they mixed the medicine
you can mix up medicine.
And I already heard the story about you get a bad cough, you get peppermint candy.
Yeah.
You get
rock
honey.
Candy. I used to sell a lot of rock candy.
What's that?
Rock candy. You put it in a whiskey, you know, make a cough syrup.
I was always told you get the rock candy, honey, and whiskey.
Yeah.
And you throw the rock candy and honey away. You know, I've always heard that.
Oh, yeah.
but you know, years ago, what is illegal drugs today was somewhat legal back in there.
Man, that was the main drugs back in those days. Yeah.
Like what?
What?
Like what was what?
Well, that's the Paragard. A baby got a colic, you give it some Paragard. But then they put that on control and...
What was Paragard made of?
Opium, cat-rated opium.
That'll get a child quiet.
You could sell it without a prescription.
Wow.
Yeah.
Paragard.
Paragard. But a lot of them got the doping on it, you know, and had to put it on control. You never heard of Paragard?
No. But there was I see this sign over there in Childersburg. It's on a building over there. It's been an old building, and it talked about some kind of, it was a malaria or something, and it talked about the treatments for it. And it had something to do with what would be illegal drugs now, or drugs that you can't get without a prescription. So back then, you know, a whole lot different than it is now.
Yeah, a lot of things, you know, they put on control. You can't. Yeah. Like a lot of times, you know, we could do a little prescribing, you know, and try to help people out. But
hey, What would you say would be the most common prescription that you filled down through the years?
Back in those days, now?
For what? What would it
Prescription today is the most common.
Yeah.
Well, pain pills, and nerve pills.
Now, what I'm talking about is would it have been for the flu?
Oh, you know what for?
Yeah, down through the years.
Yeah, I would say cold, cough.
And you did a lot of over-the-counter stuff.
Oh, yeah,
cough,
years ago we
cold
did.
Stuff.
Yeah.
And I go through the store sometime. I look at some of that stuff that he's got out there in the aisles, and you know, lava soap, Geritol. Do people still take Geritol?
Geritol, yeah. We used to sell Hadicon.
3S tonic.
3S tonic, Hadicon. My daddy put out one called Old Black Hawk tonic.
What was that?
Oh, well, it was a mixture of vitamins and it had laxative in it, Epsom salts.
Oh, Ray, what's it like being a believer, a Christian to you? What does being a Christian to you mean?
Well, that means a lot to me. That's it, you know, it keeps me going, you know.
Yeah. You've been a member of First Presbyterian for a long time.
Oh, yeah. Oh, 75 years.
Yeah. Still like going to church?
Oh, yeah. I look forward to it.
All right. Hey, Ray, it's always a pleasure.
Oh, yeah.
And, thank you for coming today, and I wish you the best in your retirement.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, if I never do another interview, it has been my pleasure to sit down with Ray McDiarmid. Been a long-time friend. Ray, take care of yourself.
Yeah,
Good
thank
to
you,
see you, sir.
Thank you.
More Daybreak coming up right after this.
Okay.